And so we come to this hour knowing that it is but 1 hour among so many. Yet all of the hours in the week, out of them, this is the one that we have set apart. An hour to be saved, an hour to be savored. It is a time for us to reflect upon what gives life meaning, a time to honor what we value, to celebrate our lives and the lives and the loves of our neighbor. Let us then celebrate and honor and reflect that which we might most fully savor, most fully redeem in this hour that we have set aside. Let us gather together once again in a community of memory and a community of hope, and we light our chalice as we begin our worship.
We light our chalice in support of our shared congregational life and our covenant. Please join in our unison affirmation.
Let us open our eyes to see what is beautiful. Let us open our minds to learn what is true. Let us open our hearts to love one another.
And I would like to invite those who are becoming new members at this time. Actually, that's a little premature on the screen, Judith, because we're going to be standing up there for the ceremony. Thank you. But we're going to stop at 6 inches from the top as well. That's perfect. Just a little backstage talk. I would like to invite those who are becoming new members at this time and those who are participating in the ceremony to please come forward at this time and bring the little insert with you from your order of service. And what I would like to say to the congregation as those folks are taking their places, we're trying a little experiment this morning. We're going to be putting the litany of installation for new members on the screen, and we're going to have the song, the words to the song that we sing on the screen as well. But they're also in your packet, and this is sort of a test run to see if those words will be legible on the screen and if you're able to read them, or if we need to continue with using paper in this way. If we need to use paper, we will, but if we don't need to use paper in the future, we'll stop doing that. So let us know after the service how the screen worked on that, will you? So new member installation is a special and rewarding event in the life of our congregation. It is a time to stop, to take note of who we are, and more, to take note of who we are becoming. It's good for you, new members, to be recognized and welcomed. It's important for older members, too, to have this opportunity to recall the covenants that they've made with our congregation and to receive you into this community that together we are now becoming. Collectively, we will aspire to be a religious congregation where we share a trust in the potential that resides in all individuals and in the holy process that works among people through caring and honest sharing. Together we will aspire to be a religious community where eyes and minds and hearts are ever opening to the deeper spiritual significance of the ancient symbols and the stories and the texts that give rise to meaning and to value in our lives. We know that there are many paths into the depths of the great mystery in which our lives are set, even as we each seek the one path that is most personally fitting for us. We would walk together here in good company for mutual support and benefit toward the possibilities of nothing less than transformation. Transformation toward the promises of hope and the principles of the greater common good. On this historic occasion, which this week is historic, as these individuals make their membership public, I would remind us all that joining a Unitarian Universalist congregation may seem easy. It only seems easy because you sign the book and you make a pledge drive, for our pledge drive, and you are a member. But be assured that it's a most demanding step to sign that book. Joining this congregation means accepting that you are a part of a covenant. We covenant with one another to be our best selves and to hold one another in highest expectation, to engage in life fully and lovingly, striving to love ourselves, one another, and the world. When you sign this membership book, you make a promise that brings you into intimate companionship with others who have also promised to live with all the integrity they and now you can muster in your lives. We ask you to sign this book and to submit to the most rigorous authority in religious and spiritual matters, the authority of your own mind and heart and conscience. We ask that you sacrifice the security of unchallenged points of view, that you be open to the possibilities of change and growth. We ask that you be restless in the pursuit of human rights and ecological sanity and world peace. We ask you to remember that this is a community of aspiration and not a congregation that has it all figured out. We do not. But part of being human is the experience of failure, and part of being in religious community is keeping covenant, being present with one another when we have made mistakes, when we have fallen down, so that we might pick one another up again and move ahead on our journeys. We ask that you commit yourself to the service of this congregation by your participation in it, extending your resources of talent and time and energy, as well as through your responsible financial support of this very bold religious venture. We are happy to welcome you into the rich heritage of this congregation, which is now in its 116th year, into the rich heritage of our denominational organizations, which date back well over 200 years, into the honorable tradition of heresy. We are heretics here. Heresy is from a Greek word that means to choose, and our tradition of heresy goes back over 2,000 years, into the tradition of Midrash Agada, the telling and the retelling of stories in order to glean meanings, a nearly 6,000-year-old tradition, and into the legacy of a set of religious values that go all the way back to the very earliest moments of human community in which the community gathered around their fire to tell stories in which to find and make meaning. May your membership here be filled with meaning. So I ask those of you who are becoming members to please come forward as your name is called to sign the membership book as Jack Drecker reads your name, and you'll then be welcomed with the traditional right hand of fellowship, which actually is a tradition that goes back meaning welcome to the work of this congregation. And the right hand of fellowship will be presented by our president, Teresa de Sousa, by the co-chair of our membership committee, Nick Lewis, and by our affiliated community minister, Jackie Leahy, and by myself. Please accept the gifts of a book on Unitarian Universalism, and your official name tags, and a flower. And we hope that the beauty of the flower will symbolize always the time of your membership here with us. So please come forward as Jack reads your names, and what I would say, you're getting the official member name badge now, right? And the right hand of fellowship is really kind of the secret handshake, and so this really is it. This is a welcoming of you to